Hey, show fam, Amelia Adair here. I hope you are feeling well and doing well. I'm feeling well, I'm doing well, and I got a great topic for you per usual. For those that are new to the channel, welcome. We welcome you. On the channel, we heal, we elevate, we grow, and we work on being better versions of ourselves than we was yesterday. Okay, so fam, and we have a great topic for today. Okay, we're gonna get to some things. We're gonna walk and talk it out. All right, cause we got news for them today, honey. You see this beautiful day, so fam? Beautiful morning. The birds is chirping. Yes, the sun is glazing. We up early. I got up over time, so I'm excited. I hope you really are doing well, so fam. All right, and we're gonna speak about this because there's a lot in this world that's still happening, and we gotta break it down, so fam. So the question of the day is two. It's part one, part two. The question of the day is the American dream dead? That's number one. Is the American dream dead? Partnered with, is marriage outdated for this new generation? All right, let's say that in the light. I feel like we was in the dark, right? Like the sun wasn't trying to hit us from great. Here we go. Yeah, so fam. So we're gonna try to figure out, or we're gonna discuss rather, because we already know. We're gonna discuss, is the American dream dead, and is marriage outdated? All right, for this new generation. Now, I'm not saying that people aren't going to get married, period. Okay, there are going to still be some people, obviously, that get married. How low is that percentage going to keep dropping because of the way the world is? That was a falcon. They have a lot of falcons over here. I saw like 2 or 3 when I first came, and I was just like, ooh, y'all just out here. Anywho, so fam. So yeah, we're going to speak about is the American dream dead? Is marriage outdated? All right. Let's speak about marriage first, right? And then we're going to talk about how it ties into the American dream. Is marriage outdated? So, fam, I'm going to say this. Let me start with this. There are there's so much exposure to, let's say sex. There's so much exposure to sex, meaning it's so easy to get nowadays. Okay, there's so many different ways people are having secret relationships. People are, not really raised in those environments, so they're afraid of that kind of life, and there's a lot of fear behind marriage in today's. Now we're going to talk about from ages, let's say 28 and up. Okay, we'll say about 28, because we have some mature 28-year-olds. And so when you think about the word marriage, it has so much power behind it that people are afraid of it. All right, they find it easier to just kind of live with a partner and go from there. At least I have somebody. Most women that are agreeing to being in a relationship, meaning living in a house, having the children, which a lot of women are. So fam, even though you may think that the world is woke and everyone's healing and everyone's doing what they're supposed to do, there's a majority of people that are, but there's also a bigger majority of women that are just choosing to kind of live with their partner. If we have kids, we can have a couple kids. Marriage isn't a big thing because they wasn't raised understanding that. They wasn't raised that way. So because they wasn't raised like that way, and a lot of women around them aren't either. Like if you look on the media, the bigger influencers, they're just having children. They're just having children. And then, you know, when you even think about, when you even go back to the Laura London situation, she wasn't married. And when something happened to, you know, Nipsey, she had no say. And that's when I think it starts to hit for some women, like, hold on, this document is important if something happens to my spouse. And I feel like that big avenue of marriage is overlooked. Like people are just like, that can't happen to me type of situation. And when it ends up being them and they're left with the children, the bills, that's when it starts to get serious, and that's when all jokes are off. That's when it's not even funny. Cause if something happens to the father, which in this world, so fam, I don't know if you noticed, a lot of things happen to the fathers. You be like, you ain't got a father either. You either? Hey, let's join the club. Something happened to your father too. After a while, I was like, you don't find that suspicious? Anywho. When that becomes the conversation, then that's when marriage is only important. And that's when people be like, marriage is a business, marriage is a business. Listen, soul fam. Marriage is security in your relationship. And people are not understanding that. They are literally thinking, if something happens, I'll do it myself. I'll figure it out. I'll take they kind of take the longer route, which is like, okay. And not a lot of people are trying to really build healthier for themselves. Okay, because if you were trying to build healthier for yourself, you would try to figure out, okay, why is everyone so afraid of marriage? You know, it'll raise a question. Why is everyone so afraid of this? Why was this even brought about? You know? And a lot of women are doing this thing. It's like, where's my husband? You know, the ones that want to get married and are not in relationships. And they're like, where's my husband? Where's my husband? I'm praying for my husband. I'm doing all this for my husband. Y'all putting too much pressure, too much responsibility on having this husband. Like, yeah, marriage is great, but are you trying to conquer marriage as if you conquer a job? If you know, are you using marriage to kind of conquer or be, you know, relationship goals, or be big in the media? And we have to really do some work with ourselves and realize what it is that we're putting out there about ourselves. Okay? So you'll hear a lot of women say, I'm gonna find my husband. Like speaking it into existence, well, I'm gonna find my husband. The problem is, so fam, that you are putting the initiative as if it's your job to find a man. Like you came here to find your husband, instead of understanding that your husband is supposed to find you. That's for one. If you're saying I'm going to find my husband, you're in the search for it. And it's like, why as women now and today in America, we feel like we have to be finding a husband. We have to be on the search, on the ready, on the go. The best thing you can do is be you, and your husband will find you. He will love what it is about you. You don't have to be shifting and changing yourself and altering yourself to try to fit the husband that you want, that you're looking for. A masculine trait is to look. A feminine trait is to receive. And you can't do half and half and switch it up and have all this. No. So, is marriage outdated? It may be soon, because now you got to understand that for men are seeing this. Men are like, oh, she's trying to look good for me. Men are seeing this. Men are looking at this, and it's making it easier for you to be manipulated because you look ready, or you're putting that image out there that you're ready, And as a woman, as you're growing as a woman, that I'm gonna find my husband mentality blocks you from walking into the man that's for you, finding a man that's for you. Because the first thing that comes to your head, instead of seeing if this person is a friend, let's see if this person is a friend before we even jump. Because who said you was my husband? Are we friends? Because before anyone could be a husband, could they be a friend? Could I rely on you as a friend before we even get to husband? So a lot of women, do you have male friends and healthy relationships with these male friends first? That should be the first question. Is this my husband? Is this a friend? If I get a flat tire, can he change this tire? I mean, literally. Because as women, we need men to do stuff that's basic for them. Like, I have this light on in my car. What does this mean? That's like a different language for us. So, does he know what light bulbs to get for the oven and for the ceiling? Do he know the difference? I mean, so we gotta start to understand, fam, that one, the generation that's coming behind us is watching us like no other. Just like you was watching your generation, they watching our generation. And if they continuously see that marriage in the homes isn't a big deal, that's how they're gonna grow up. And it's gonna keep dividing less and less. Our generation that grew up, like almost no one got married. Okay? So that percentage probably dropped about 50-70%. Okay, so we are already at a low 30% marriage rate, right? We're just throwing out average numbers. And the next generation that comes behind us, it's going to go down to 15%. And it's going to go down another until eventually it's going to be gone. Because no one knows how to respect a woman, or vice versa. You could use this in vice versa, because there are some women that don't know how to respect a man. Women are not innocent. Okay? 2, the having children out of wedlock, that's what we called it. People don't even know what wedlock means. That conversation isn't really discussed. Just having children and being okay with that. No judge zone, of course. But it's like, okay, you're not going to keep doing the same mistake over. Eventually you have to learn, children don't keep men. No matter how you do it. And sometimes, ladies, men trap you with children too. Don't think that women be trying to just trap men. Men be trapping women. That's the thing. And ladies, if you know what you have the power to do, come on, play smart. That's why you have to build your emotional intelligence. When you build your emotional intelligence, you're making smarter choices under pressure. Because that's where all these poor choices come, is you under pressure, under the influence, hanging around, wanting to be liked, wanting this man to like you, wanting this man to see you. He see you, you know? But if you want him to really see you doing more, it's not going to do that. Being more in his face is not going to do that. It's like when you want a fly to move out your face, and it's just buzzing and buzzing, you be like, go away. Go away. You know, like, back up. It's like, you don't want to be irritated by always being in somebody's face. It's calmer when you just keep a little distance. Like, back up. Go over there. So, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, let's talk about, is this American dream dead? All right, and it ties into the 2, because in order for the American dream to really flourish and work, so fam, there needs to be 2. There needs to be a healthy 2. This dream is built for a healthy 2. All right, a healthy 2. Here we go. A healthy 2. Which is why you see that people are just deciding to look, you know, broaden their horizons, because they come to the realization, like, this is easier with 2. You know, yeah, you have 2 mouths to feed, but when you can split the bills in half, and you just have less load, or say the man takes care of the household, right, pays all the bills, at least it's less stress on him when he come home. The house is clean. No, we're not a housemaid. But ladies, if you're not working, it's going to be in your nature, this thing is full, to just want to be sitting around a clean home. I mean, maybe that's just me. You know, like, I could think when my house is clean, vacuumed, mopped, candles, the scent is right, laundry's done. I can't be sitting around my house and it's just little chores that need to be done. Like, you trying to take a shower, you look down, you ain't cleaned the tub in a week. You know what I'm saying? And so that's where balance come in, because when you have a man that's out there working, they come back and they don't have to worry about their diet, because you got their diet under control. They got the bills under control. It's like you kind of pick up the slack for one another, and y'all balance each other out, because y'all both eating healthy. Y'all don't have to worry about all these sicknesses. Okay? The house is clean. The environment is where you can think and work on your brands. You know? And 3, love is there. Love make everything better. When you have some love and you can just cuddle up and lay up, come on. That's like the little cherry on top. So, when we think about the American dream today, so fam, it's like everyone's trying to cut corners. Okay, let's do it like this, or do it on their own and struggle and, you know, put on a smile, but always be thinking, how I'm gonna pay this next bill, how I'm gonna pay this next bill, how I'm gonna pay this next bill, you know. And also, so fam, there's so many different resources out here for income that it's only gonna keep increasing. Okay, so it's gonna be easier. It's gonna be easier to pick up little jobs in today's terms. So you know how people are trying to get that career job and work at a job for 40 years and do all that. Most people are not trying to achieve that. Most people are trying to find a way to join onto a team or build a team and do these like Ubers. You'll be surprised, so fam, how a lot of people are living off of Uber and apps. Let's just say apps, you know, like the eating apps, the Uber apps. A lot of this generation Okay, they may work at these little restaurants and stores and things like that, but they don't like the fact that they have to be under this manager listening to what this person has to say. All right, and these managers nowadays, you'll see them like if you're a regular customer, you can see them. You go into the store, just over micromanaging, high stress, telling you when to take a lunch, telling you'll be like, listen, you'll be like, look, people have too much anxiety. People have too much stress at home that they don't want to be at a job with just as much stress. And if you see them at the job, you'll notice that about 10% of people are actually happy at their job. Okay? The other ones are just there dragging their feet. Now, when I say happy at the job, I'm not saying, hey, how are you? Okay, great. All right, hey. You can put on a smile for 5 seconds and say hey and be the most depressed person ever. Okay? When people are sitting at these jobs or looking at their life and looking on their phones, sitting at the dinners, I'll be seeing them at the dinners. These people don't look happy, so fam. These people are waiting for the day, okay? The day someone just comes and says, listen, there's a new breach in the system. All you have to do is download this app, pick up these orders, and you can make money whenever you want, okay? Now, once there's a way to use that income and really build credit and build financial stability, like really prove that it's like a pay stub, that's when you're going to really see the world start to change. Because right now, when you are on those apps, if you don't have no financial, we walking today. If you don't have no financial, let's start to go back. Ooh, baby. If you don't have no financial literacy, hold on, so fam. Can't let the bugs in. Okay. If you don't have no financial literacy, meaning you don't know how to do business income, like proving your income, proving your pay stubs, organizing yourself in order, then it becomes a lot more challenging for you to use your income to get things in the world like apartments, cars, loans, and things like that. So once that's figured out and solidified, people go on the jobs. It's gonna be a cold day in America, okay? Because people are realizing, like, in order to survive and really enjoy the life that I want to live, it shouldn't take this much toll, this much time, this much stress. And when I say time, it's like, jobs are expecting you to come in and stay for 20 years. And within that 20 years, they'll give you pay stubs to own a home, to pay for a vehicle, to pay for food, to maintain a lifestyle. But it's a cap on that. Like this is your salary. So this is the most you can make in a year. And if you do overtime, maybe 5,000 more. Okay? That's a cap income. You're not really getting anything more than they tell you that they can give you. Whereas if you start owning your brand and making your own schedule and having your own flexibility, you could, if you want to make $300 today, you can make $300 today. You probably got to push yourself a lot more, but at least you have that control. And this is what's going to really make a shift, is because people want full control of their days. Like, why do I have to have this day where I only can do things at between the real bright early morning and or after work, and I'm tired, or having to be called in when you plan to be off, and you probably will fight being off and go in because you want those extra dollars. And so fam, they tired. Americans are tired. Okay? And it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time before those towels start being thrown in. And you already see that now when you see homeless people. You know, those people threw in the towel a long time ago. All right, I'm gonna just throw in this towel. Y'all want me to do what? People don't want that responsibility. Like, it's responsibility has pressure, and not everyone is built for it. And I think America's coming to that realization and making things a lot easier. You know, like 2023 things is, that's what, like, so fam, there's no excuse for people to be falling short, because there are so many resources and so many people helping that it's really hard for you to fall short. And even though so many people are helping, that role takes a large responsibility that not a lot of people are willing to take that seat. And so they're going to just chill back, take the back seat, take an easier route, get by. Oh, I'm getting by. Getting by is great for a lot of people. So fam, tell me what you think. I would love to know. Leave a comment. Do you think marriage is outdated? Do you think the American dream is dead? Do you think there's hope in the pudding? Do you think, hey, do you think things are going to turn around and people will feel more alive? People will begin to feel more alive in their realities. All right, so fam, Amelia Adair here. Right? If you ever want to book a session with me, my details are always below. Check out Amelia Online Academy. There's a free guide to see where it is in your life that you may need a little healing, a little understanding. All right, so fam, and in order to be a part of the soul fam, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel and apply the knowledge. Applying the knowledge is key if you really want to succeed and see things start to shift in your life in a positive direction. All right, so fam, it's heating up. Get that walk and talk. Get that body moving. All right, create some great work. Trust yourself and get out there and let's make it work. Let's try our best, cause all right, so fam, look, I'm sweating. I'm hot. I'm about to do a little jog, and I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye for now.